in the state of Rio. Okay, I didn't know Rio was a state. I thought it was just a city. And they have a dog boarding and daycare center there. Oh, or maybe that's somewhere else. That's cool. Well, how are things over in Petropolis? How are things over there? Here in the France, it's cold and rainy today. Real nice dousing. And society-wise, things are pretty cool. A lot of people still wearing, I came up with a new name. Oh, security napkins. In the street, because science. As I was saying, this weighs heavily on my conscience. Hey, thanks a lot for stopping by, and great work. Keep up the great collage work. I'd like to do a collaboration with you sometime, if you'd be up to it. Oh, well, how kind of you to say that. Letitia says I'm very cool and gives me a kiss. Right back at you, Letitia. How do we say obrigado in Portuguese? How do we say au revoir in Portuguese? Salut. I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, take good care. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Keep up the great work. So, I was looking at, thinking, and it can't suddenly dawn. Is this you right here? Okay, here's a portrait of you. Par où me lembra de uno me es que ser de mí. Okay, give you a little heart for that one. Nice portrait, nice self-portrait looks like. All the way from Petropolis. So it just dawned on me. I was thinking of reducing my presence because it's blocking me, because every day I have an obligation to do this, and sometimes, like a few days ago, I did a Led Zeppelin song, Gallows Pole, and it just took me forever to learn it. You know, I had to find a proper tablature, and it's a difficult song to play, as I described. Like it's hard to sing and to play at the same time if the singer, you know, Robert Plant, the Led Zeppelin singer, he's just riffing over Jimmy Page, the guitarist, and the rest of the musicians, so he doesn't have to necessarily sing in time. But this one is better because Grace is actually performing the music as she's singing. One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and one your mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice, when she's 10 feet tall. And when on the chessboard, get up and tell you where to go to hell, and you just have some kind of machine, and your mind is moving low. Go ask Alice, I think she'll know. When Lottie and Bruno have fallen far behind, and the white knight is talking broke. Anyhow, so it just dawned on me today. I think I'm going to take a break. Oh, il y a quelqu'un là sur le livre de visage. N'hésitez pas de dire bonjour. C'est qui? C'est toi? C'est Annie? Ok, il faut monter le son, si ça c'est le cas. Annick, c'est toi? Tommy, is it one of my Yankee brethren? Just say hello. So I'm doing a longer podcast today because I'm going to be taking a break. I'm going to take a break for a week and see how that turns out. Because I've been doing this this is the 140th episode, and I do 5 episodes a week, Monday through Friday. And so that works out to 28 weeks, which works out to 7 months. Pile. Point pile, as I like to say, or pile point. And 7 is my lucky number. Or I don't know if it's my lucky number, but it's a number that I like. I like how it looks. I like how it sounds. There's a good movie. My production company is called 7T. I was born in 7T. Whatever. What else? There's Seven Sisters. 7 Up. 7-Eleven. The Secaucus 7. Okay, well, anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. What do you think about that? I'm going to take a little break here. I know you're all going to miss me. I mean, I'll miss you too, frankly. And so I'm going a little bit long on this one. I don't care. I'm going to chop it up and put it into pieces on the 2 reviews. And so the thing that's so time consuming, or part of it, is like learning the song. Okay, so that's that. And then for what I'm talking about, it's just something that's rolling through my head all day long. And so this is all, I take some notes sometimes, and as you can see, I reference the Wikipedia for the historical aspects of it. But I think the posting part is the frustrating aspect, because what I do is I go and I post it to, here on Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. I erase the Instagram one immediately after broadcast. I just have the Instagram on so that there are more people to interact with, as is today. Everyone I interacted with were on Instagram, and people popping by on Facebook but not saying anything. And so then I take the Facebook video, I can download it on the m.facebook.com site. Now this, as you may know, Facebook, like in places like Africa, or I think pretty much mostly Africa, what they do is they give people free cell phones. And instead of having Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox or something to search the web, your default browser is Facebook, this Facebook. And so it's got to be able to work on the more primitive phones, the dumber smartphones. And so for whatever reason, it's easier to download the video from there. So I can just download the video, okay? And then what I do is I upload it to the 2 reviews. And then I take that link and I repost that link with all of the description and the hashtags. Okay, and the hashtags is a pain in the ass. It's just always a daunting task. But it does work, but it doesn't translate into many follows, which is too bad. It translates into likes, but the point here is to get followers. So, tell all of your friends and family and enemies and nemesis and enemies and your pets about this channel, and go and subscribe. And so that's the tedious aspect of it. So I post it to, then when I have the YouTube link, I can take that block of text and I post it straight to 2 Twitter accounts. This sort of site that's Minds, it's called. It's sort of analogous to Facebook, but it's censorship free. And I put it up on LinkedIn as well. Now on LinkedIn, I used to have, LinkedIn is basically just businessman onanism, corporate onanism. And so I put it on there as sort of a disruption. That's the buzzword, isn't it? Disruptive. And at the beginning, I had a lot of people who I actually know come by and say, hey man, this is cool, whatever. But that has seemed to completely dropped. And I don't know if it's due to the fact that I'm posting too much non-business related, not suit and tie related content, or if it's because I put my pronouns as wait, what? So it could be either of those. But I follow this podcast called No Agenda. It's with Adam Curry. Do you remember? Oh, there's someone there on the Book of Faces. Il y a quelqu'un là sur le livre de visage. N'hésitez pas. Oh, Susan, how are you doing? It's my good buddy. It's my dear cousin Susan. She's a great supporter and a great friend. So I was just telling everyone that I'm going to be taking a break for a week. Because what I wanted, this is just taking up a lot of headspace in my day, and I fear that it's taking away time from my deep work. you know. So there's so many tasks to fulfill in the day, and then this one is something that I have to do as well. So I was thinking at first of reducing the frequency, like maybe doing 3 times a week or 2 times a week or something like that. But now I think I'm just going to take 1 week off and then think about how I feel about that. Maybe you have a better idea, Susan, about what I should be doing. But this morning I got that idea popped into my head because there's this podcast I like to listen to, No Agenda it's called. And one of the hosts is Adam Curry, if you remember him from the MTV days, the guy with the big hair, one of the VJs, video jockeys. And his partner on that program is called John Dvorak, and he's some tech guy. He's a little bit older, and he's met everyone. Like he's met like Epstein and Gates and there's a theme there, and Trump, and just he's well connected somehow, but he's like a tech writer guy. It's really strange. Anyway, they have this podcast called No Agenda where they deconstruct the corporatist propaganda, which is commonly known as the news. And it's quite interesting and I highly recommend it. But anyway, so that was sort of the inspiration for me, thinking about just taking a break altogether and feeling about how, and then feeling about how I think about this and thinking about how I feel about this. What else was I going to say? I don't know. Well, how's things over in New Hampshire, Susan? New Hampshire? How are your parents? Do you like my new atelier? I've got an orange globe. I'm trying to push some ivy. There's a funny decorative lamp there. There's one of those Japanese cats right there. Oh, and I've got a white tiger as well. And here's a Venetian mask, sort of like a, what do they call it? Professor Dottore della Pesta. So plague doctor. I think that's modeled after. And here's my wine boxes. See, I'm crazy about the wine boxes. I use those as shelves. And I put some old inside of this one. The interior you can't quite see, but there's a old blueprint lining it. So voila quoi. It was my good friend Garrett who recommended this song, White Rabbit. And the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head. Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head, feed your head. Maybe I'll just work on the solo. You still there, Susan? No, I guess not. Oh, yeah, it starts out with the bass. You know what? I think I'm going to go because that way I only have to cut this into 2 parts. But thanks, everyone, for stopping by. And thanks for all your love and support. And I love you and I support you. So much love. Kisses, bisous, and I'll see you in a week's time for an update at least. Ciao for now.